Hello there, Chaz Marler from Pair of Dice Paradise here, and if you are anything like me, then when given the opportunity to spend a full day playing board games, you leap into action, spending every possible moment of the day playing cards, rolling dice, and moving mountains of meeples. Time flies when you're fully immersed in the gaming experience, and before you know it, the hunger pangs in your stomach start reminding you that you played right through lunch, and it's been 13 hours since you remembered to eat anything. But stopping to eat would mean stopping the game. If only there was a board game that you could eat. Well, now there is. That's because several days ago, Catan.com, the official website for all things Catan, announced the upcoming North American release of Catan Chocolate Edition. Now what you're saying, this has got to be a gimmick. This can't possibly be an edible version of the game. Chocolate must be just referring to the color of the pieces or something. It's got to be a trick. This is no trick. This is an actual edition of Catan made of the finest Belgian chocolate. So stop contradicting me in front of my friends. But how can Catan be played with chocolate? Well, according to the publisher's website, just like in classic Catan, players still harvest and trade the resources wool, brick, lumber, grain, and ore with their opponents, and these resources are still used to build roads, settlements, and knights. Nothing new so far, other than the fact that knights aren't actually in classic Catan, sure. But I'm sorry, marketing blurb, I've interrupted you. Please, continue. But what makes Catan Chocolate Edition different is that the game pieces are 32 chocolate bars made from the finest Belgian chocolate. The game rules are also simplified. Oh, wait, you can't just tack on a statement about altering the game's core rules and expect that to go unnoticed. Simplified? In what way? Are we still playing Catan here or not? Of course! Catan Chocolate Edition is just like the classic Catan that you originally fell in love with, and then slowly grew to appreciate over the years, eventually got a little bored with, but still keep a copy of to play when you have relatives over in order to prevent them from breaking out apples to apples. Except, in this version of Catan, all the resources are chocolate bars that players place on the table in front of themselves when they build buildings. And the larger their cocoa empire, the more victory points they have, which is great because the first player to reach 5 victory points wins. So you see, it's just like regular Catan, except made of chocolate. And this version is designed to be played in 10 to 15 minutes. Oh, and instead of dice, a spinner is used to determine which resources are distributed to the players. And resources used to build structures are kept in front of the players instead of being returned to the bank. And the game's end condition is different, as is the scoring. And you can eat the game when you're done. Okay, yeah, to be fair, I suppose that last one could still technically be applied to the classic Catan as well. So I want to know, have your taste buds been tempted to the point where you'll be adding this version of Catan to your collection? And what game would you like to see made out of chocolate? And possibly most importantly, why would anyone think that this is a good idea? So the resources are all chocolate bars, but the players still trade those resources back and forth with each other, which sounds good in theory, but you know what's going to happen to that one player whose resources up for trade are looked at last.
But this is just an empty box.
I begged you to look at mine first. I begged you.
And that's why Uter never became a Eurogamer.